Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment I believe that we have all waited for, and that is bikes on track for the Kawasaki Devil Showdown presented by Ion. We see all the Umbrella girls headed out grid side, the AMA Pro grid staff for their final day under this current administration. And maybe this is an appropriate time for me to say to all of those blue-shirted individuals that it is certainly an honor and a privilege to watch each and every one of you folks work every day. A group of professionals in every respect that it's just an honor to be a part of your team. We have Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series riders arriving here on our grid. Christy Lee is on her way, as our goal is to bring you thoughts from at least 4 of these riders as we get set to go here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Hello, everyone. I'm Barry Boone. Joining me along to my immediate right, 5-time Daytona 200 winner, 750 World Superbike champion, Scott Russell. Briefly, your thoughts as we get set to go in the Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series.
Yeah, this has always been a good class, good competition. I got to like Narbonne on pole. He won here in 2012. He knows how to get it done. This is more or less a home track for him. He's got a good run going. So, Eslick can't count it, Danny Eslick out, and there's a lot of guys here that could actually win this race today.
Shane did a great job in qualifying. Many people are down there. The buzz seems to be in the paddock area to watch out for Shane today. Number 64 appears to be on a big roll. Yes, ma'am. All right, so let's do it with no further ado. Let's introduce the third member of our broadcast announcing team here today. Christy Lee is trackside. She is with number 29, Petaluma, California's Tyler O'Hara.
Number 29, Tyler O'Hara. It's been a difficult season. What are you thinking going the year here at New Jersey Motorsports Park?
We've had our ups and downs, but that's racing. This weekend, unfortunately, we've had some issues with the weather and limited track time, and unfortunately, they took our times from practice, and we didn't get up to speed. So I'm back here on the third row, but I'm fired up, ready to go, and gonna do everything I can to make it to the front. I got to thank everybody that supports me this whole year, and we're here to race.
Tyler O'Hara making a hard charge for today's race. Good luck, Barry.
Thank you so much, Christy. Appreciate that. That's Tyler O'Hara. Tyler has 2 victories to his credit here in 2014. He won the opener at Daytona. He won Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. 2 victories here in 2014, third in points. He is looking to advance in the final race of the season here today at the Kawasaki Devil Showdown. Looking up in our starting grid, we look at number 45, Benny Carlson. Carlson on the Suburban Motors Harley-Davidson. That team is out of Wisconsin. Benny is a West Bend, Wisconsin area rider. You're going to want to keep an eye on number 45 today. He is winless here in 2014. Second in points. Let's go down trackside. Christy Lee is caught up with Benny Carlson.
Benny second in the championship point standings. Last race of the year. You got a nice view going into turn 1 from right here.
Yeah, it's wide open, so I'm not sure if Danny's going to make the grid or not. I would assume he's not going to make it here because he'd already be here. But we're going to go out and have some fun, and that's going to be the main thing. So I'm looking forward to the race. It should be a good time, and we'll go from there.
With the absence of Danny, is that affecting your mental game at all?
Well, I don't know if he's racing. I guess I haven't heard it, so I don't really know what's going on. But yeah, it is what it is.
There you have it. Twist late in the game with the absence of Danny Eslick for number 45, Benny Carlson. Good luck.
Thank you, Christy. Noteworthy that Benny Carlson has not been out of the top 5 yet this year, including 5 podium finishes for the youngster out of West Bend, Wisconsin. We look up the grid further now. We go to the man who has a real shot at winning the 2014 Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Championship. It would be his second. He is an amazing rider to watch, entertaining rider out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Ruthless Racing's Danny Eslick.
Actually here with number 64, Shane Narbonne, sitting our pole sitter for today's Vance Hines Harley-Davidson race. You've got a different ride this weekend. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's just me and my dad's own ride. Gian Gonzalez stepped in and helped us out this weekend. So all in all, it's a good race. I'm just ready to get this thing on the road. So.
How does it feel to come out here and capture the pole?
It feels great. I mean, the session got shortened, but all in all, we're still in the front row, and it just feels good to be on your pole. I'm only lives 5 hours from here, so it's good.
Great position for number 64, Shane Narbonne, sitting on pole today for Vance Hines Harley-Davidson. Barry?
Thank you, Christy. 6'4 Motorsports, Shane Narbonne. the buzz down in the paddock area, as Scott Russell and I were talking earlier, that's one of the riders you're going to want to watch out for here today. Now we're wondering what's up with number 69, Danny Eslick. Don't see him. Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series riders on the starting grid. Bikes are on stands. Tire warmers are on. Umbrella girls are in place. However, boards and horns are beginning the process of the countdown to get our first race of the day underway. And before we can start today, I'm going to say a huge thank you to the folks with Kawasaki. They're on standby. We're hoping to get a word with them immediately following this race. This is the Kawasaki Devil Showdown presented by Ion. Many, many thanks to Kawasaki and Ion for supporting this race here at New Jersey. All right, we're looking down on the hot pit. Scott and Danny Eslick, they're doing some last-minute work on that machine. 2-minute board and horn. We're going to begin our starting lineup, but the drama right now centers around our point leader, who is down there probably pacing around as this race team is going to work. Christy is on her way, and we'll hear from her. I'm going to begin the lineup, but if she gets Danny cornered, we're going to get a word with him. Starting back all alone like a Maytag repairman. Okay, that's cool. We don't need a camera. Let's go down trackside to Christy. Starting in the 16th starting spot from Jupiter, Florida, number 47, John Foy on the Foy Brothers Racing XR 1200. Back there on that 5th row in the 15th starting spot, a young lady who has ridden a little bit of everything in her brief but exciting career out of Petaluma, California, Chili Pepper Racing's number 93, Shalina Moreta. Starting in the 14th starting spot, number 49 is Jarrett Martin from Dallas, Texas, the CPL Systems Aggressive Insurance Harley-Davidson. Starting in your 13th starting spot inside of row number 5, number 6 from Spartan, New Jersey, hometown boy right here, Joe Rosinski. On the KWR Racing XR 1200. All right, let's throw it down trackside to Christy Lee for a quick word with Danny Eslick.
Danny Eslick leading the point standings in this class where you're not on the grid right.
Yeah, the team was working hard on getting this bike put back together, and I crashed it this morning, so I'm a little bit beat up, and I was just trying to get some last minute ice on the shoulder and the finger, and hopefully go lock up a championship.
There you guys have it. Last words of Danny Eslick before race time.
Thank you, Christy. Big drama right there. Joe Rosinski goes off in the 13th starting spot. Starting in the 12th starting spot, number 175, that's Sam Rosinski from Sparta, New Jersey, on the Kyle Wyman Racing XR. Going off 11th from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, the Aerostar Global Suburban Motors Harley, number 97, Nick Hansen. Starting in the 10th spot, number 10, if you're into numerology, good luck there maybe perhaps for Josh Chisholm from Salinas, California, on the Bartels Harley-Davidson XR. Moving to our 3rd row in the 9th starting spot, number 29. He's 3rd in points with 2 victories, Tyler O'Hara, riding the Josh Chisholm racing machine, and he's crewing for himself. No team behind that guy. Starting in the 8th spot, Hayden Schultz, 16-year-old out of nearby the Indianapolis area, Cicero, Indiana, doing it for Chili Pepper Racing, number 59, Hayden Schultz. Starting in the 7th spot, number 229, the Deep Cove Canada rider, Darren James, the lead man down at Ruthless Racing. Moving to our 2nd row in the 6th starting spot, number 123, a former dirt tracker who can do it on the pavement as well, Dave Estock from Daytona Beach, Florida, on the Thrashed Bike Racing XR. Starting in the 5th starting spot, number 33, Kyle Wyman, out of New York. Home track for this guy, too. He has 1 win to his credit, and it was a big one on the Kyle Wyman Racing XR, number 33, Kyle Wyman. You heard from this man earlier. He's going off 4th inside of row number 2 out of West Bend, Wisconsin, the Suburban Harley-Davidson of Benny Carlson. To that very fast, very experienced front row we go. The veteran, Steve Rapp, the defending champ of this series from 2013. He's 4th in points right now. He has 2 wins to his credit in 2014. Another one of those Suburban Motors Harley-Davidsons. That is Steve Rapp, number 1. Inside of row number 2, slated to be number 69, Danny Eslick. I don't see the bike. He must be rolling out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, your point leader with high drama after a get-off. Man and machine both bruised and battered, but not out. Finally, to our pole setter, we heard from this guy too, the 6'4 Motorsports DasPerformance.com Harley of Shane Narbonne, number 64. Many believe it could be his day. Wow, we're ready to go, Scott Russell.
That was a mouthful, Barry. Good job.
Oh, I don't know about that. We're just excited to be presenting this show to the fans here at New Jersey and on fanschoice.tv.
It doesn't look like Eslick made it back around to the grid. He must not be happy with the bike. No, there he is on the very back row.
Yep, he's on the back row. That's going to be the race to watch right there, is that orange machine in the back. Number 69, Danny Eslick, trying to come from the tail of the field and win it all in a very, very short sprint race here at New Jersey. It is a very short race, and it is underway.
Look, Kyle Wyman leads him off into 1 right there. Kyle's got a lot of laps around here. He's working with that Yamaha Champ School now and spends a lot of time up here at New Jersey and knows how to get it done on these Harley-Davidsons.
Perhaps one of the most competitive classes in all of motorcycle racing is the Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series. Brainstorm of Terry Vance made this deal happen to give an up-and-coming riders a shot. And there's one right there leading us, number 33, Kyle Wyman. I think I saw Rapp in the 2 spot, number 1, but Scott, he is under intense pressure right now.
He sure is. He's down on the inside right there taking a look. Rapp holds on to that 2nd spot. But they're never safe. This is going to be an all-out battle right here, as hard as they can go from the flag on. So
it will be, unless they let Kyle Wyman get away, and that is not likely. Riding back there in that 3rd spot is our pole setter, number 64, Shane Narbonne. He's got a good view of what's going on up front, and he said, you know what, I want to get me some here at New Jersey, and he's trying to get all up in the mix as the top 3 have broken away just a little bit.
Well, he's got a little bit of a gap. Oh, maybe a nice move there on Rapp, as Rapp ran a little bit wide. Looked like Narbonne got up the inside of him. They'll be bringing it down to the front straightaway this time. Narbonne is really riding well today. He's put it 3rd in the 600 qualifying this morning in practice, and so he's looking good in the DSB and in this class.
If you're new to our sport, that's the voice of 5-time Daytona 200 winner and 750 world champion Scott Russell, our color analyst for the entire 2014 season. We look at that 33 machine, young rider on the Millennium Technologies machine, Kyle Wyman back in the 3rd spot. And you know what? Kyle Wyman is a good businessman and a great rider. Wonder what he's thinking back there right now as he loses a little bit of ground on those front 2.
Yeah, it's interesting to see because he didn't qualify that great. So Rapp now leads him over the wheelie hill right here. And Narbonne is all over him, and Benny Carlson's coming too on the 45. Look at Tyler O'Hara, and there's Eslick. Wow, what a run he's got already.
I was just getting ready to say, back in that 5th spot from the tail of the field is number 69, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma's Danny Eslick. Keep an eye on him, ladies and gentlemen. He's looking to get to the front of this fast and competitive field of Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series riders. Steve Rapp, the veteran, he is the defending champ. It's not been the kind of year he'd hoped for this year, though, Scott.
Yeah, he's looking to finish the season off strong right now, doing a great job holding up Narbonne down on the inside, and that long sweeping right-hander. That's some home track knowledge right there. That was a great move by Narbonne, and now let's see if he can set sail and get away from this pack.
So do you think Rapp chose a higher line or just ran a little wide?
The thing about that turn is there's a lot of different options in that corner, and then you open the door right there when a hungry rider like Narbonne down on the inside, that's what can happen. But that outside line will work when you're out there by yourself.
Beginning to get a rhythm. Every race has a feel. Every race has a rhythm. And right now, this one is developing into one. Right now, we have a 5-rider battle up front with the one of Steve Rapp leading, Shane Narbonne in the 2nd spot, Kyle Wyman 3rd, Benny Carlson running in the 4th spot. I now believe it's Eslick perhaps up into 5th. We'll check that this time. And there's a look at the man from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. He won the Daytona 200 for Triumph in 2014 to start his year.
He's about 0.6 of a second off the leaders, but he had to come through traffic, so keep that in mind. Now that Danny's got some clear road ahead of him, I think you're going to see probably a quick lap of the race from him. But I tell you, Steve Rapp, he's really got a fast motorcycle. Every time they hit that front straightaway, when they get to turn 1, he's leading it again.
but he yet has been unable to shake number 64, Shane Narbonne. The fast lap of the race right now belongs to Tyler O'Hara, 1:30.422. And Narbonne continues to press the veteran Rapp. Rapp takes that same line again, and Narbonne will take that same move to the inside and Rapp gave him plenty of room down there, and Narbonne just rode right by him.
I guess he's not too worried about it because he saw it last lap, did the same thing, let it happen again, and now let's see what that number one's got. Like I said, I think he's got some motor because every time we get to turn one, he's back out front. You can see Eslick in the background really pushing that 69 hard. Tyler O'Hara, like you said, with a fast lap, he means business too.
At many racetracks around the country, drafting is the order of the day. Here at New Jersey, they do a good bit of drafting here on the front stretch, as we're seeing unfold right now. And for the benefit of our new fans, perhaps, that's a Grand National mile tuck that you see these riders in down the straightaway. Left hand off the bar, down on the forks. Scott, how important are aerodynamics on these unfaired XRs?
Well, you know, it could be everything. I mean, there's really no fairing, so you got a number plate, and that's it. So you got to try to hide as much as you can. The speed of these bikes isn't that great, so it's not a big deal. But, you know, when you look at Benny Carlson, he's a big guy. And then you look at Rapp and some of the other guys around him, Kyle Wyman, they're smaller riders, and it doesn't seem to hurt Benny, to be honest with you. So if you're fast, man.
What's gonna impact Benny more than anything else is what I'm hearing over the racing radios right now from AMA Pro, that he anticipated that start a little too closely and has now incurred a 10-second penalty. Has Benny Carlson, number 45. That's going to put him in a little bit of a deficit. It's hard to make up 10 seconds on this Vance Hines field. As you get a look at one of the most exciting riders ever in AMA Pro, reminds me a lot of the man sitting to my immediate right, Scott Russell. He has more fun on a bike than just about anybody.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's when you do your best, you're having a good time and riding loose, and that's when I always have my best results. And it's good to see guys like that ride like that. Now, looks like Eslick's losing a little bit of time to this lead pack. Looking at the lap times, he's 2 or 3 or 4 tenths off. So that crash is definitely taking some of the wind out of his sails right now, and he's probably, you know, wondering, man, I wish I'd have stayed on that thing this morning.
Still not going to count him out. It's early yet. They have 8 laps remaining in this 12-lap event, so we'll see if Danny can kind of gather it up and make something happen here. The race up front still is a good one. Rapp has pretty much been the dominant player thus far in this race. He's controlling the pace right now, but 64, Shane Narbonne, is right there at every corner on this racetrack looking for a way around Steve Rapp.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely where Shane wants to be sitting. Right here on the back end of the leader right now. Obviously, he'd like to get in front of him, but he knows that number one bike's quick down the straight, so he's got to do all he can do in the rider section of this racetrack, which is pretty much all the way around the track until you hit the front straight, and just try to stay with the number one and try to stay near the sharp end of the stick.
Many thanks to our producer, Bill Stafford, and the camera guys giving us these great shots here on fanschoice.tv. As the battle up front continues to rage on. Still, the top 5 have separated themselves from the field just a little bit. It's Steve Rapp, Shane Narbonne, going at it at the head of the class, Kyle Wyman, Tyler O'Hara, and Danny Eslick. That is the top 5 we're looking at. Looking a little deeper in the field, it's Josh Chisholm, number 10, up into 6th, Dave Estock 7th, Benny Carlson shown 8th now with the penalty. The Canadian contingent's in the house, Darren James 9th, and 16-year-old Hayden Schultz, number 59, in the 10th spot.
Well, Rapp did a good job that time through the long carousel right-hander, closing down that door with Narbonne's been knocking down every lap, and Narbonne wasn't able to draft by him on the straightaway, Barry, so that's going to be a little bit of a worry for him as the race winds itself down. He's got pressure from behind. There's no really room for mistakes, so this crowd right here, the best thing Eslick back there in the back can hope for is that these guys really start to battle and slow their pace down a little bit. But the way it is with Rapp leading the way, he's setting a pretty good pace.
Eslick has a lot of experience on Grand National flat track, dirt track bikes. He's done some work on the miles. Perhaps he can find a drafted partner back there and put something together on the straightaway. Kyle Wyman, too. Wyman's a great dirt tracker. That's who's in front of him back there in the 4th spot, I believe, at the moment. distinguished guest in our booth, Joe Bromley from the American Motorcyclist Association, joining us here as, again, the wrap is taking a completely different line around this racetrack, and Narbonne is trying to take advantage of that by running in the opposite line.
He's trying everything he can. Rapp's just kind of letting the bike drift out of that corner. Now we got a challenge for second. Looks like Carlson again going to take them both down into one possibly. But, you know, Rapp's he's a seasoned veteran. Man, oh, look at Narbonne down on the inside. That was close. He's really getting aggressive. He really wants to win. He's riding better than he's ridden all year long right now. Wyman's getting anxious too in fourth.
And now Benny Carlson doing what he's got to do with that 10-second penalty. He's come to the front. He's going to try to break the draft. He's going to try to move around a little bit down that straightaway, perhaps get away from these guys. He is in a hole right now that he's trying to work himself out of. The leaderboard's going to show him not as the race leader, though he is physically on the racetrack. That has got Steve Rapp back in the second spot right now, wondering what in the world am I going to do, because I've got Shane Narbonne trying to take it away from me. And as you said, Kyle Wyman has been patient thus far, and maybe he's given everything that he's got, but I've got a feeling that youngster's got a little bit more for him in the tank.
You remember Daytona, and he just kind of sits around back in the pack, and then to come last lap, guess who crosses the line first? 33. So he's a smart little racer, and he's going to sit back there and go to school on these three in front of him, try to keep O'Hara behind him, and then put himself up in there and give him a shot to win on that last lap, because you can battle all you want, but it doesn't look like any of these riders are going to get away from each other. So it's kind of going to come down to maybe a one-lap race. It looks like Eslick back there in the back has kind of just settled in. He was 2 seconds a lap slower than the lead group 2 laps ago, a second slower last lap, and I think now he just wants to bring it home and wrap that championship up, and if he continues like he will be the champ.
Danny Eslick hoping to do it. He's won this class before. This would be his second Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series title. And Scott Russell, you win that first one. I know it's a thrill for you, but it's got to feel at this point in his career even better perhaps to win this second one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, anytime you win a championship, it's a big deal. If you can repeat as a champion, that's a great deal. For Eslick, it'll be a little bittersweet to have to ride hurt on the last race of the year. Obviously, would have loved to have gone out with a win. Sometimes that doesn't work out. And then he's got to think about, I still have to run the DSB class today. So any energy, he's probably back there conserving what he's got for that 600 race, because he got this in his bag as long as he brings it home.
That is a really good observation. He told us yesterday that he feels like he's in a little bit of a deficit over at GoPro Daytona Sport Bike, but he feels really good about his chances here. So he has been a real dominant guy this year. Danny Eslick has won a couple of races, and he's looking to add one more. What's Shane Narbonne going to do? He is following Steve Rapp, and he tries to make a little bit of a move right there. I don't know if that was an attempt at a pass or an attempt at just showing him a wheel and worry him a little bit.
It's what you talked about a couple laps ago. It's a different line they're using. There's really nowhere for Shane to go when they come out of that little left-hander that goes through all the switchbacks leading back to the start-finish line. So it's just a different line, Barry. There's really nothing out there for Narbonne. Wherever he's going to make a pass is going to be on the brakes somewhere, not on the acceleration part of the track, unless that long carousel right-hander Rapp opens that door again.
A little bit of inside baseball for you. These riders are told at every round in the Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series class, because drafting is so important, that coming out of that corner into the straightaway to the checkered flag, you can only make one move. You can move from the outside of the track to the inside, or you can move from the inside to the outside, but you are not allowed to come back because it's so dangerous in the draft.
Well, several years ago we had a big accident coming to the start-finish line at Daytona, and I think at that point, I think they said, we got to do something about this weaving on straightaway. So that's what they put in place, and you know, whatever's good for the rider's safety, we're all about that.
This class is a spec class, basically. They're running the same Dunlop tires, the same Sunoco fuel. They're all geared exactly alike by AMA Pro rules. The motors are sealed, bone stock, 64 horsepower or so. I like it, Scott, because it puts the rider so much in control of his own destiny.
Well, this is a rider's class, you know, when you got bikes that are prepared basically the same spec. It all boils down to the rider and suspension setup at that point. So who's the best guy? And it looks like there's 4 or 5 of them right now really on their game today.
It definitely does. When they just crossed the stripe right there, 3 to go, and it's 3 wide heading into turn number 1. We're beginning to see this thing heat up, Scott. I got a feeling it's going to be fireworks here at the end of Jersey.
There's no doubt these 3 right here are really getting aggressive. Rapp finds his way back out to the front of this pack. Wyman's giving him all they can handle, and Narbone's right there. Carlson's just kind of hanging on, and then O'Hara's tailing off on the end. He got a big wobble coming down the front straightaway. His bike does not look stable, and he's struggling a little bit to stay with this group.
Well, he had a get off yesterday too, and he hurt his back a little bit. He's definitely playing hurt. In fact, you'd never know it watching him on the racetrack, but that's just the kind of pro he is. We're talking about number 33, Kyle Wyman. Big get off yesterday. Steve Rapp, Kyle Wyman, Shane Narbone. That's your top 3 right now. Whoa. Narbone gets into a tank slapper, runs out of real estate. He's agricultural racing. Look at that dirt track experience right there, trying to save that thing. Gets it turned, heads back out on the racetrack. That's going to pretty much put him out of contention right here.
Oh, man, he's going to be kicking himself, but he was pushing hard, and the bike jumped around on him, got a little sideways, and he ran out of real estate, down there, and he did a great job to stay on it, Barry, because all that rain we had, that grass is still wet out there, so good job by Shane to stay on top.
I say the grass is probably dry, but the terra firma is very wet underneath of it, and now it becomes a 2-man battle to the finish line. Kyle Wyman knows that. He does a draft move right out of a Grand National playbook. He's going to lead Rapp into turn number 1, and we're going to be 1 to go when they get back to the stripe.
These 2 definitely wouldn't know about what happened in Narbonne, but they know now they've got a little bit of breathing room as they start to pull away from the rest of the pack.
We're going to get another look at the incident of Shane Narbone. There it is, Scott.
3rd bike in line. It's hard to see what the bike just kind of stepped out on him, I think the rear end, and it got the thing out of shape. And you're kind of headed out to the edge of the racetrack right there. These riders are using every inch of the track, so when you have a mistake right on the edge of the track, puts you out in the grass.
And right there he is, riding along in the grass, going goodbye possibility of a race win. Heartbreaker for Shane Narbone. Look at Rapp right here. He's beginning to really get aggressive.
Oh, yeah, well, this is a 2-horse race at this point. Now they've dropped Carlson off the back unless they make some huge mistake and let him get back. Wait, that's Carlson in front. My bad. Wyman.
Okay, so
Wyman's the guy that pulled the pin. He's gone.
He's gone. We were watching the replay when that happened, Mr. Russell.
I think what might have happened, we might have got some lap riders in the way. I missed that right there, but and then you saw Rapp give one of the slower riders a big look. I was kind of wondering what that was about, but there it is. Obviously, they balked him, and that allowed Benny to get around him and look at Kyle. That's exactly what he needed.
That is exactly what happened. We saw him waving his arm, his left clutch hand at somebody. Not a happy camper, but that's a happy young man right there. The Wyman Racing is a family racing deal, and if he can finish this one and win, he is going to be one happy guy celebrating with the entire Wyman family down in Victory Circle with Christy Lee coming up shortly. All by himself out front. He's got a little lap traffic to deal with here. No problem, no foul. Ryder got right out of the way, took himself out of the racing line. And Kyle Wyman now just touring New Jersey Motorsports Park.
Look at Rapp's gotten around Carlson, and he's going to throw everything he's got at it, Barry, right now. And don't be surprised to see the fastest lap to go to Steve Rapp. So far, Kyle Wyman owns that fastest lap with a 1:29.3, which is an amazing time on a Harley-Davidson.
Well,
that's smoking.
I think Rapp just cannot do it. They're working the final lap here at New Jersey. The white flag has been displayed to all of these competitors. Rapp has got a pretty good deficit to come out of. It looks to me as if it's all Kyle Wyman. We'll find out here in the closing moments of this one.
He's only got a couple more turns. He's done the work. He sat in there. He watched the riders in front of him. Looked like he was quicker now. Made the move in lap traffic and put those riders in between he and Rapp. And, man, he's a crafty little racer. He is.
He's a smart guy. He pulled a pin on that thing and put the fastest lap of the race down and went to the front. 1:29.386. That belongs to number 33, Kyle Wyman. Here he comes in a full mile tuck with a checkered flag in the air, and Kyle Wyman will win the Kawasaki Devil Showdown presented by Ion, and doing it all for the Kyle Wyman Racing Team here in the Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series. what a great show. It kind of got a little bit crazy there at the end. Narbonne ran off the racetrack. They had a lap traffic guy get involved and affected the outcome of this race. But the Vance Hines Harley class never disappoints as the racing continues here to the line. And it was number 33, Kyle Wyman, winning here at New Jersey. Steve Rapp to finish in the 2 spot. He rode an incredible race here today. And number 29, Tyler O'Hara, Petaluma, California, will finish in the 3 spot. But to the, I'm fairly sure I'm awaiting official confirmation. But Danny Eslick, I do believe, is your 2014 national champion in the Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series. There he is right there. Going to be a lot of celebration going on here. Playing hurt today. He definitely, last night when I saw him, there was no smiles out of that young man who's always smiling. There's number 29, Tyler O'Hara, wheeling. Kyle's got his fist in the air. First race of the day in the record book now. Christy Lee will be joining us shortly from Victory Podium. So congratulations to number 33, Kyle Wyman. But really, at this point in time, Scott, we turn our attention to our 2014 national champion, Danny Eslick. Pretty big year for him. Start with a win in the Daytona 200. He's not finished yet, but here at the end of the year to win the Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Series, what a year.
Oh, yeah, he's done a lot this year. Like I said, starting it off that win at Daytona is amazing. He got to go over to Europe, do some racing over there in between some of the big breaks that we've had early in the season. And coming back here to New Jersey, getting up after a big crash, getting out there and bringing that thing home in 6th place, winning that championship. He deserves it. He's a great rider and a great champion.
Victory Podium coming up next. Christy Lee will be joining us live on our flag-to-flag coverage here on fanschoice.tv. There's Brian J. Nelson, one of the best photographers in the world, covering this sport for a long time. There's Kyle. That's Kyle's father right there to our right. That team is so closely knit. They're mostly family, and then they're all like a big family. Tyler O'Hara says, dude, congratulations on a great ride today. Bill Wyman, that's his dad right there, Bill. Giving him a big hug. There's the man, though, Danny Eslick, number 69, knowing right now that he is the national champion. Joe Bromley will be along to present that number 1 plate. Thankful to have Joe with us today. That's what he does. We're going to go down trackside now. I can see there's Tyler O'Hara. He's taking the racing gloves off. A different day today. Christy Lee's fixing her hair a little bit. Yesterday it was wet. You know, it was hard rain. Today it's full sun.
I'm sure she's happier out there today than she was yesterday, for sure.
Guarantee you. Everybody went home wet last night. All right, let's throw it down right now to our Christy Lee down in our Victory Podium here at New Jersey Motorsports Park.
Number 29, Tyler O'Hara, great race out there. We talked earlier about how it has been a difficult season for you, but you got to be happy with 3rd today. Congrats.
You know, if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth all the hard work. And, you know, that's what it's about, racing your butt off every weekend. And, you know, you got to work hard to win these, and it's such a even-based class. And I saw Benny got +10, and just kind of didn't have the pace today. A little bit off on the setup, and was just hanging on, and kind of let off the last couple laps. But I got to thank all these fans for coming out and supporting us. It really means a lot to have fans in the paddock, and Josh Chisholm Racing, Bartels Harley Davidson, Skip from Orient Express, John, Chris, Barnett Clutches, Motion Pro, Arai, Jeff, Bruce, CD Boots, Audrey from Moto Liberty, thanks for keeping me safe, RS Tai Chi, everybody at the AMA staff, we're going to miss a lot of you guys, everyone at Dunlop Tires, Vance Hines, Terry Paul, Dave Woolman, Moto Oil, Ken from Iron Horse Stands, Joe, Chris, Bourbon Harley-Davidson, Southside Harley-Davidson, my wife, all my supporters, thank you.
Congrats to our third place finisher, number 29 of Tyler O'Hara. We're going to move over here and look for our first place finisher today, going to number 33, Kyle Wyman. Kyle, you fought hard for that win. You started off strong in the beginning of the season back at Daytona, didn't quite get the result you were looking for after the fact, but what a great way to end the year with a race win here at Jersey.
Oh man, I'm so happy to get this win. It feels like it's been way too long. Road America was a long time ago, and we've just had a difficult year since then. I fell off my 600 really hard yesterday, and just put my head down. And I can't thank the Millennium Technologies KWR crew enough. These guys, they always believe in me, and I'm just so happy. Thank you to everybody.
First place finisher number 33, Kyle Wyman. We'll see if we can catch up with our second place finisher, the number 1 of Steve Rapp over here. There he is. We're going to catch up with Steve Rapp right now. Steve, second place finish. You fought hard, led most of the race, but you had some hard chargers behind you putting up a good fight.
Yeah, it was a great race. As always, Harley-Davidson's always produces great racing, and I want to thank all the guys from Suburban, the whole family. It's a family team, and they brought me in, and I really want to thank them for all their hard work, the AMA, and everybody. It was a great race. This is always a great turnout with the fans, so thank you.
Congrats on second once again to Steve Rapp. That wraps up our victory circle. Barry, I'll turn it back up to you, and we'll get things started up on the podium.
Tyler O'Hara. All right, I will throw it back down trackside as I'm on Scott's mic. We'll throw it back down trackside to Christine Lee for our official victory podium celebration.
Thank you, Barry. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of AMA Pro Road Racing, I'd like to thank you for joining us this weekend here at New Jersey Motorsports Park for now our Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Racing Series victory podium. An outstanding race today, as always, from this series. We'll start off with our third place finisher this afternoon. He fought hard all season long, and he fought hard today as well. Let's bring to the stage now the number 29 of Tyler O'Hara on his Josh Chisholm Racing machine. Tyler, come on up here. Come on, guys, give it up for him. Well, Tyler, you were able to keep from crashing during the race, but not into this sign right here. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Tyler, so great race out there. Like I said, it's been a difficult season for you, but you have to be happy finishing today in third, and you've fought hard for it.
Yeah, we didn't get much track time this weekend, and I didn't really get up to speed quick enough in practice or in qualifying, and they ended up taking our times for practice, so I ended up on the third row, and not ideal, but these guys up front are riding really well, and Shane made a mistake there with 2 laps to go, and I saw plus 10 on Benny's board, and I just missed the setup a little bit today, and I'm happy to be up here and just thank all the people that really helped me keep racing these last couple years. It's been tough, and I got to thank Josh Chisholm so much for helping me, and Skip from Warren Express, and Motion Pro, and Motool, Barnett Clutches, Bartels Harley-Davidson, all these fans for coming out. It's really awesome to see all you fans out here, and thank you.
Here to present our third place trophy today from Vance Hines, John Potts. John, any words for Tyler and the team?
Congratulations, Tyler. Great performance out there today and the entire season. Good job, and see you next year.
There you have it. Once again, give it up, guys, for our third place finisher, number 29, Tyler O'Hara. You've all seen him before. You've heard his name before, and he was crowned our champion last year, but you got to be happy with the second place finish for number 1 of Steve Rapp. Steve, come on up here. Steve, you didn't get the championship this year. I know you got to be disappointed about it, but we have said for years it's the most difficult thing to do, back-to-back championships. You still had an outstanding year, three wins to your name this year, and finishing off with a second-place finish here at New Jersey Motorsports Parks. Congrats.
Yeah, it's true. It is tough. You know, you kind of got the target on you. But either way, we had a good year. It was a lot of fun. Congratulate the Wymans for their good last race there. And thank all the guys again. You know, it takes a team effort. I'm just one part of it. And these guys do all the hard work, I think. So I really want to thank the Suburban Harley team.
Once again, to present the second place trophy from Vance Hines, John Potts. John, any words for Steve?
Steve, it's always great to see you out here racing. Great job this year and all the past years. Really enjoyed you being part of the team and all your successes on the track. Thank you.
Congratulations once again. Give it up for our second place finisher, number 1, Steve Rapp. Let's bring up our big winner today. He fought very hard for this win. Lots of back and forth throughout this entire race. We didn't know who was going to win it, actually. Let's bring up to the stage the number 33 of Kyle Wyman on the KWR racing machine. Kyle, I happened to be standing in your pit when the race was finished. Lots of excitement from your family, lots of emotions, running high for sure, but you got to be feeling good about this. Congratulations on the win.
I just couldn't think of a better way to cap off the season. I'm just so happy for my family, for my crew. Everybody's here this weekend, and I'm just so relieved, honestly, to finish a year like this. Thank you so much to Millennium Technologies, Lucas Oil, K&N Filters, Nitron Suspension. Obviously, Vance Hines and Harley-Davidson for putting on this great series. I think all you guys probably enjoyed that race, and man, just thank you to everybody. I'm so happy to get this win. It feels better than ever.
Once again, to present our first place trophy this afternoon from Vance Hines, John Potts.
Kyle, great job out there today. It was great to see you come back from third place and come up and win the race. Especially it was great considering your fall yesterday. I was a little concerned about you, but it was glad to see you able to come back and do a great job today. Congratulations.
There you have it, our top 3 finishers in Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Racing Series today. And here to present our hats from Kawasaki, the regional manager, Jennifer Top. We'll bring Jennifer back up to the stage to present our series sponsors hats, both Dunlop, the official tire of AMA Pro Road Racing, Vance Hines, the official sponsor of Harley-Davidson, as well as Sunoco, the official fuel of AMA Pro Road Racing. So we'll have Jennifer present the hats for photos, but of course we have more hardware to present. Thank you again, Jennifer from Kawasaki. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an outstanding season for this young man. He's won this championship before, and we have some big-time hardware to present to him and maybe a few more ice bags to help tide him over in the interim. Let's please bring to the stage our 2014 Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Racing Series champion, former number 69, now the number 1 of Danny Eslick. Danny, I tell you what, that was a nail-biter for everybody, I'm sure even including yourself. Not seeing you on the starting grid of this race, way to amp up the drama and then come back and still take the championship. Congratulations on an outstanding year.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I got to thank everybody in these black number 1 shirts. I destroyed that motorcycle this morning, and they've been busting their butts, since the thing came back. And, well, we were pretty close to not making it. I think part of it because I wasn't ready. I didn't realize the race was starting. So Jake Lewis was standing there and said, hey, man, that was a 2-minute horn. And Jake Lewis was over there helping me get ready. So I probably owe him a little bonus check for this championship. But I just want to thank Trev Dealey, Ruthless Racing, Darren and Caroline James, Glenn and Billy, everybody that's just busted their butts for me all year. And big thanks to the RidersDiscount.com crew for letting me ride this Harley class. The Vance Hines guys are, letting me come out here and play around and have some fun. And Riders Discount kind of looked the other way and let me come and play. So, big thanks to RidersDiscount.com and all the fans for coming out and hanging out in the rain yesterday. And now we got a good, beautiful day here.
Here from the American Motorcyclists Association, let's bring to the stage now Joe Bromley to present the number 1 plate to our new Vance Hines Harley-Davidson National Champion. Joe, any words for Danny and the team?
Yeah, first off, I just want to congratulate you. I see you rode out there wounded here today and just nursed it out to get enough points here to clinch the championship. On behalf of the American Motorcycles Association, I'd like to present you the 2014 Vance Hines Harley-Davidson #1 plate.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up one last time for not only your top 3 finishers, but your brand new Vance Hines Harley-Davidson Racing Series champion, #1, Danny Eslick.